easily. They could have been in the situation where they're like pro-ICE, for example, but they got scared and they wanted to move out of the way, right? Where they're pulling out of their fucking...
If you get scared, you accidentally run somebody over. I mean, you can't expect that to be
driveway,
okay.
for example, and they got domed and shot and killed. That's how this works, okay? You are ascribing evil intent.
Evil intent.
For no real reason in this circumstance, when the true evil that's taking place is literally...
The real evil isn't trying to run over the federal agent. No, and escape the scene after, by the way, they came out and they said, let me mute the music because it's a little bit loud. They came out and they said that this woman was causing trouble before then. She was blocking roads, doing all of this other shit, and they wanted to get rid of her because she was like the person leading all of this. So really, but let's hear about the real problem is actually ICE. Here we go.
Literally, the evil that's coming from ICE.
There it is.
Even in this...
Wow, who could have predicted this? Simple. The guys are untrained, hopped up on fumes. I told you already. De-escalate and talk to her. No, you're no, I'm not asking. Maybe he's confused. I'm saying if you were in the woman's shoes, if you were the one driving the car, what would you have done if you were in her situation and you were the one driving the car? I'm not talking as the officer. I told you already the appropriate way of dealing this by the LEO standards. You have. You've told me multiple times, but you haven't said what you would do. Because you know the answer to that, and it's obvious. You would have gotten out of the car like a normal person, and you would have said, okay, I'm going to comply with the police. That's what you would have done. But you don't want to answer that because it paints her in a bad light. I would have driven away as well. Oh, he said, oh, you would have driven away as well, just as she was trying to do. Many people would have done the same. She was clearly trying to drive away. The person in power has the responsibility to de-escalate and do that. Listen, guys, anybody in the Assange chat, listen, I'm going to say this. Please, guys, do not take this advice.
Sorry for the lightning a little bit. This part 2 is Hasan versus Asmongold situation on this right now. Hasan's quote-unquote, comments or shit right now is retarded right now. Back this right now, ladies.
I'm just going to stop it there because he basically just, parrots the same thing that Asmongold said, which is completely false, by the way. There at no point was any indication that she was part of some movement and that she was getting in the way of ICE and trying to obstruct them. She was following a move-on order that she had been given by police prior to the ICE officers that charged at her car without any prior warning and any sort of notice to her that they wanted her to get out of the car. As far as she was aware, at the time when the ICE officers attacked her car, she was still being told to move on. So, of course, the logical thing for her to do in that situation is to move on faster. And the ICE officer that ended up shooting her approached her from the front of the vehicle, which is against their training. They are trained not to approach from the front of vehicles because, hey, you might get run over. So he put himself into harm's way. Not only that, he sidestepped out of the way and her car wheels were pointing away from him in a way that she could not have possibly hit him at the point of time where he made the decision to fire into the car and shoot her 3 times. He was in no danger when he did that. Now, I don't understand this whole need to justify lethal actions of the police by, I don't know if he's American or just an Asmongold fan, but there is no need for the police to ever use lethal violence unless their life is literally on the line or someone else's life is literally on the line. This was not one of those situations, and it's plain to see from the video. I mean, I live in Australia. Our police officers do from time to time come under fire from suspects. They are shot at, and they still take the suspects in alive. Why can we do that, but not Americans? Why is the first instinct to go for the gun and shoot someone who is both unarmed and not a risk? This officer needs to be charged and jailed for what he did. He's a murderer. It's plain and simple. He committed cold blood murder, and you see video of him after the incident. He feels nothing. He just goes about his day like it's any other. It's disgusting. It's honestly, watching from afar, I can't comprehend how someone can defend the actions of this low-life scum who thinks he can call himself a member of the fucking police. Like, come on, give me a fucking break.
Hasan is on crack, weed, alcohol, just like me. Unless you guys, I mean, I don't know if you guys think I'm with alcohol, man. I don't know if you guys are like I am, but like, hey, I might be. Let me know what you guys think about this thing. You guys agree with my opinion? You guys agree with my opinions? Let me know what you guys think. I do read all comments as well. Basically, after the court is quite, do you talk about a different perspective? I'm going to change my opinion to this or the other thoughts, your opinions or your opinions. I'm going to should get a different perspective right now. Let's be honest right now, man. Hasan is trying to create a fabricated lie of a solution, man. The fact is right now, if you're innocent, why the fuck away?
So, one, Hasan doesn't really partake in drugs like this guy seems to. I don't have anything about that. I take drugs. That doesn't make you a bad person. Doesn't make you wrong either. It doesn't make you a liar. This guy is clearly misled and clearly just going on Asmongold's opinion and not of the actual video or his own take, because he would have seen with his own eyes that it is just plainly wrong that the ICE officers were in any way giving her a chance to comply. Like, there is no point where the ICE officers approach the video where they say, "Get out of your vehicle." There is no point where they tell her to stop. The police officers beforehand told her to move on. As far as she's heard, she's only been told to move on. At what point is she supposed to disobey what she has been told by the police and get out of the car because of these ICE officers who are not police? Who were just attacking her vehicle aggressively and taking out their guns and aiming it at her. I'm not surprised that she motioned to move out of the scenario, like to get out of there faster. And the fact that she only accelerated after being shot is just another indication that she was not under her own power. The ICE officers had all the power in the situation. They took it away from her and they condemned her to death. And that is not the job of a law-abiding public servant. I'm sorry, but they are disgusting. And they should feel the shame of this on their backs for the rest of their lives. I hope they go to night sleeping and thinking about it. I hope they never get a lick of sleep again. Honestly, I think every officer that is responsible for such a blatant, cold-blooded murder of this should face the death penalty. They should not be allowed to live anymore. They made the decision to take someone's life away. We can make the decision to take it away from them.